How does sexual education influence the perception of intimacy? What do studies say about fidelity in relationships? Hello to all lovers of psychology and sexuality. Today, we will unveil the sexual curiosities of women. If you are interested in these topics, make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell to not miss our future videos. Also, leave us comments and share your experiences in the section below. Let's get started. Sexual education can influence the perception of intimacy by providing knowledge about the body, relationships, and sexual communication. Comprehensive sexual education can contribute to healthier and more satisfying relationships. Studies on fidelity in relationships indicate that infidelity is a common phenomenon, but rates vary. Factors such as communication, satisfaction in the relationship, and commitment can influence fidelity. Sex and aging. As people age, their sex life can continue to be satisfying. In fact, many older individuals report a more satisfying sex life compared to their youth. Sex and creativity. Sex and creativity are related in various ways. Many artists and writers have found inspiration in their sex lives. The connection between artistic expression and intimacy can be a source of innovation and personal expression. Sex and laughter. Laughing during sex can enhance the experience. Laughter releases endorphins, the same chemicals released during sex, which can increase pleasure and intimacy. Sex and pregnancy. Having sexual relations during pregnancy is generally safe, unless otherwise indicated by a doctor. In fact, many couples find that their sex life improves during this period. Sex in space. As space exploration advances, the question arises about how sex will take place in space. Microgravity conditions may pose unique challenges for sexual activity. Sex in water, whether in a pool, jacuzzi, or the sea, can be exciting, but it's important to remember that the body's natural lubricants can disappear in water, making sex uncomfortable. Additionally, water is not a good substitute for lubricant. Sex toy museums. In some cities around the world, there are museums dedicated exclusively to the history and evolution of sex toys, exhibiting a wide variety of artifacts and devices over time. Sexual and gender identity. Diversity. Human sexuality is diverse and complex, and individuals may identify with a wide range of sexual and gender identities, including heterosexual, gay, lesbian, bisexual, queer, transgender, among others. Sexual education. Some people use pornography as a form of sexual education, although this can be problematic due to the unrealistic and inaccurate representation of sexual relations and the human body. Sexual education in Nordic countries. Nordic countries, such as Sweden and Denmark, have very open and comprehensive sexual education in schools. This translates to lower rates of teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases. Sexual exploration. For many people, open relationships offer the opportunity to explore their sexuality more broadly and experiment with different partners and sexual practices consensually. Sexual liberation. Female masturbation has been an important aspect in the fight for women's sexual liberation, as it gives them control over their own sexuality and pleasure. Sexual motivations. The University of Texas conducted research identifying 237 different motivations for having sex. Interestingly, having children and relieving tension are no longer the main reasons. Other motivations include getting closer to God, burning calories, returning a favor, changing the topic of conversation, and even getting rid of a headache. This study demonstrates that human sexual motivations are extremely complex. Sexual pleasure. Sex is not just about reproduction, but also about pleasure and emotional connection. Pursuing sexual pleasure can be an important part of the human experience and contribute to emotional and physical well-being. Sexual therapy is a branch of psychology that focuses on helping individuals overcome sexual problems and improve their sex lives. Sexual therapists can work with individuals or couples to address concerns such as erectile dysfunction, anorgasmia, and lack of desire. Sexuality and aging. As people age, they may experience changes in their sex life due to factors such as menopause, health issues, hormonal changes, and life experiences. However, sexuality can remain an important part of well-being and quality of life in old age. Sexuality and gender identity. Sexuality is inherently linked to gender identity, but it is important to remember that gender identity does not determine a person's sexual orientation. People of all gender identities can have a wide variety of sexual orientations. Sexuality and mental health. Sexuality is closely related to mental health and emotional well-being. Issues such as depression, anxiety, and stress can affect a person's sexual life. Sexuality in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, sexuality was considered a natural part of life and was reflected in Egyptian art and mythology. Sex was viewed as a divine act. Sexuality in Kama Sutra culture. The Kama Sutra, an ancient Hindu text on love and sexuality, provides a detailed insight into sexual positions and erotic techniques. Despite its fame, the Kama Sutra promotes a balanced view of love and pleasure. Sexuality in old age. Sexuality knows no age, and many older adults continue to enjoy an active and satisfying sex life. It's important to recognize and respect the sexuality of older individuals. Sexually transmitted infections can be asymptomatic in some cases, meaning a person can be infected and transmit the disease without knowing it. This underscores the importance of regular testing, especially for those who are sexually active. Shockwave therapy for erectile dysfunction. Shockwave therapy is a non-invasive treatment that uses acoustic waves to improve blood flow to the penis, which may help improve erectile function in some men. Shower positions. Some women enjoy the intimacy provided by sexual positions in the shower, such as standing against the wall or the waterfall position, adding an element of adventure to the encounter. Silicone fetishism. This fetish involves sexual attraction to the use of silicone objects, such as realistic sex dolls or erotic toys. Sleep benefits. Masturbation before bedtime can help some women fall asleep more easily, as it releases relaxing hormones and reduces stress. Sleep paralysis is a terrifying experience where a person temporarily wakes up unable to move. Occasionally, people report sexual experiences during these episodes. Smell and attraction. The sense of smell can influence sexual attraction. A person's natural scent, their pheromones, may play a role in sexual chemistry and attraction. Human sexuality is a fascinating and diverse field that never ceases to amaze us. Sexual curiosities unveil the wonderful complexity of the human experience in the intimate realm. As we explore and understand these facts, it is crucial to remember that each individual is unique in their sexual experience. Respecting and communicating with your partner are the keys to a satisfying and healthy sexual life. Sexual education and understanding are essential tools for fully embracing our sexuality.